Hello, welcome back to the Power of the Mind. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Today I'm here to talk to you about the power of the mind in connection to getting a diagnosis of a disability. Now in 2017 I was diagnosed with psychogenic non-epileptic seizure disorder. This absolutely crushed my world. Everything changed. I went from being a young lady with loads of prospects, doing what I did, what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, going out freely, not having to worry, not having any doubts, going on with life like a young lady should. When I got this diagnosis, my entire life was ruined. It wasn't really ruined, but to me it was ruined, okay? I went from this powerful person riddled down to this woman who had the seizure disorder. Everyone felt sorry for her, everyone mollycoddled her, you know, everyone was worried, everyone was doubting. My God, sometimes I couldn't even walk out the door on my own at one point because it was so bad. And this was so disempowering. It was unbelievable how disempowering it was. And all of a sudden my voice just didn't matter anymore. You know, I'd be laying in the hospital bed, my partner next to me, my mum on the other side, and the doctors would come in. Do you think that they'd look at me and talk to me? No, suddenly I was unable to do that. I was able to talk. But to them, because I had the seizure disorder, they automatically went to my partner or my mum. How's she been? How many seizures? You know, and so on and so forth. This is how it ended up. My voice was cancelled. See, in my brain, this took me from a strong woman and it riddled me down and made me feel small, made me feel disempowered, it made me feel weak, it made me feel like I had to lean on everyone around me because all of a sudden I wasn't able to do anything for myself. It was horrendous. So how can we change this? How can we make disabled people feel more powered? How can we prevent the power of the mind turning so negative for someone who already has extremely negative things going on? How can we look at someone and say, right, you've got this disability, but you have not changed. You are still the same person. How can we do that? I'll tell you how. One, we need to take a step back and look at the situation, okay? We need to really think about how the person feels, okay, before we say things. Now, a lot of people out of caring, you know, out of caring and lovingness for that person will mollycoddle, they will worry, of course they will. But we need to step back and think, we need to remind this person, this does not define you. You are still the same person. We love you. You're still strong. You're still powerful. You are still capable. 2, we need to remind the doctors, if you're with someone you care about in hospital, and the doctor walks in and goes directly to you, you need to say, that's the patient, I'm not the patient, and you need to direct them back to your loved one. You need to fight to keep them who they are, because the longer that goes on, the more and more shriveled that person gets. Now, this was 2017 that I was diagnosed with a seizure disorder, and only recently have I felt like myself again, have I felt strong again and powerful again, because now my seizures are under control. I feel much more empowered. It's taken me 4 years to get from the rock bottom back up top, back up high again. And sometimes I feel like so many parts of that could have been prevented. And you see, people don't realise how, you know, what they say or how they do things affects someone. People, you know, when you've got a seizure disorder, you're already vulnerable. So when you're not having seizures, you need to think, you need to feel like you are still the same person. I remember when I went out for I was still young when this started, and I remember I went out for a night out and one of my friends said to me, I don't think you should come, Lucy. I said, why? Well, what happens if you have a seizure? Boom, cancelled out. Boom. And those words are fine because they were just generally concerned. They didn't realise that what they just said has crumbled you, has made you think, Jesus, this has literally ruined my life. People can't lean on me anymore. People don't come to me anymore. People don't respect me anymore like they used to. I had to earn respect back. I've just done a university degree. Everyone was amazed by my ability to get this done in spite of my seizure disorder. Amazed, even now sometimes I wonder if they're just amazed because I did it because even though I had a seizure disorder. Now, deep down I know that, they're all just proud of me regardless. They would be proud of me before or after. But this is what goes on in the brain when you start to connect everything with your disability. We need to disconnect that. We need to realise that someone may have a disability, but push that aside. Focus on the person and realise they are still the same person. They are still capable. And yes, the formality is disabled, finger quotes, but it doesn't mean that they are actually disabled to do majority of things they want to do. We need to bring back powering disabled people. We need to bring back telling people you are strong, you are powerful, your disability does not define you, you define it. You make your own luck in life, you can do what you want. And if you want something hard enough, you can do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all.